But separate note from
you
that,
still can't. They aren't a safe poking, and you get punished harder for it.
No,
too,
separate note from that, we are going to go to the Iron Giant for the first game. Now, interesting fact is that Retro thinks that this is one of, if not his worst matchup.
That makes sense.
I don't think it's his worst, but it's contender for worst because Iron Giant is impossible to kill. He has the projectile immunity, and for a character that relies heavily on being able to pressure you full screen and then combo you off the bottom, you have an escape, emergency escape tool, that's going to annoy you. So we're going to get into losers finals this time with Chavo starting off with the Iron Giant. He went with also the perk that gives you your cooldowns back quicker when you get hit by knockback projectiles, which is 95% of what happens to you in the Reindog.
I was going to say, we were talking about my Iron Giant's biggest weakness being how he gets combos, his advantage thing. And Reindog is a character that doesn't, has some good CQC combos, but not nearly as strong as characters like Batman, Shaggy, that we're really seeing as Reindog's bad matchups. And Chavo with Iron Giant has really good tools, as you said, to deal with those projectiles. And so I understand why this matchup is so difficult.
Yeah, and look at the way that he's like, so basically you play reactionary, very similar to Batman, right? You take those hits, but those hits are, they're gonna knock you, they're gonna give you damage, but that also gives you cooldown timer for your bolts. Yep. So that lets you just kind of chill and lets you get back in. And that's why it could be rough for Reindog as he's going off stage for him. But right now, Chavo gives himself the stage up, but he gets back in with that side air.
And I want to, you made the comparison to Batman, but the difference with Batman is Reindog in this bait and punish hit and run playstyle is definitely more on conditioning your opponent through projectiles, which Iron Giant doesn't care about as much compared to Batman doing it with both projectiles.
He ended up drifting into the side of the blast zone. So after he got hit out of one of those dodges, I think he was trying to drift up with the up special, then cancel a dodge after. But it's going to be Retro who strikes first because he needed that. It's really hard to knock him out off the top. He gets 80, 95,
he's going.
97% damage off the start.
And we were saying he doesn't have as strong combos, but this character's huge. You all have got you got everything you ever wanted to do on a character as big as Iron Giant. We're seeing it come in 126 already, and
look at the way that Retro's like
practice.
He's jumping around him now. He's like every time he goes for one hit, he follows up with another hit like afterwards. He goes for one, gets snatched up though into the grab, and that's gonna send him packing off the top.
And I feel like Iron Giant might really like him because he just yeeted him right off the top of the stage right there.
Oh, that's going to take him out though. Jab one into down attacks actually get a true combo off and take him out. And instantly breaking that crystal. You do not want that floating around, especially as Iron Giant, because you do not want to be getting true combo for free. Tries to get him off the top early, but he's Retro's just dodging down. It's like, look, I'll take a hit rather than get knocked off the top.
And if you're Retro right now and you're putting yourself in a position to get like decent trades, you're very okay with that because you're up a stock. So right now, if you're Retro, you want to play safe, you don't want to put yourself in a position to die early, and you just want to get this damage, rack it up, not put yourself in a position to die to all of the early options that Iron Giant can give for you, and just force him to
it's actually Chavo taking somewhat advantage of the fact that the projectiles they're not supposed to trade right there off of hits, but he's gonna go get that. Oh, sends him all the way up to the side of the stage. He could go for a downer. He goes for a double up, looks for the down special, but it does not line up. Usually that's pretty easy to combo into, but he got sent too high.
And also really good job using the directional air dodge there by Retro to get out of that situation as well, finds his way back to stage, and now he's in an opportunity to capitalize, right? 117 for Iron Giant isn't quite kill percent, but he's getting closer. And at 145, any opportunity
there, up air,
comes in, especially when you're on a last stock situation.
Yeah, nair up air, pretty easy follow up for the most part, but he doesn't have, he has bolt access, now he's gonna go for it. Playing pretty recklessly around that jab down attack that could have happened before, and Retro playing smart away from the grabs, not trying to get snatched up, and Chavo gonna get sent upwards. Luckily, he doesn't really get knocked out off the top, but he's gonna get sent off the side where a lot of these knockouts have happened. He's gonna stall as much as possible, but he's gonna get caught on the bottom, and that's gonna be Retro taking game one.
I really like Retro. Throwing one up, throwing one down, forcing Chavo to kind of throw out that slightly earlier up B than he otherwise would have wanted to, and then using the second one to catch either that or a fast fall down, covering a slow moving, cover space high, and then say, okay, you're going to go early. Now I'm going to cover space low and inside, so your only opportunity is to just drift into the blast zone, and you got nothing left. So he really covered all his options there. Really good spacing there. And,
I'll say he's not going to pick that.
Yeah, I mean, he lives with a Batman, but he's not Batman.
Okay, all right. He's going to pick the Finn. I think he was debating around. I mean, after what happened with that Winners Final set where Finn's moves like just weren't working, he kind of shifted away from it. Yeah. But the Finn is what got him the dub against Retro earlier, and he's gonna run it back.
I was gonna say
also main character.
I was gonna say if he had picked Batman right though, you might as well have called him the Macaroni. A little bit of a deep cut for DC Comics fans.
Oops, I did the wrong one.
Little bit of a deep cut for DC Comics fans in the house tonight, but instead we're gonna get the Finn. You know, grab your friends, come along now and with me and get here into game number 2. Retro up 1-0 in
running it right back to Trophy's Edge too. I mean, this is pretty much where this is like our PSD. This is the primary stage we all go to. I like switching that because I like covering room that's a little bit shorter on people. But right now for Chavo, gonna be starting things off hot. Triple dare into the up special, racking him up straight to 75 damage.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage coming on real quick there, and just the charge, the mix-up. It feels like all of a sudden Retro's completely changed up his playstyle and is starting to respect Chavo more just for being on stage now that he's switched to Finn. And I know that's a matchup thing, but also I think part of it's also like, it's Chavo. He's playing Finn. So part of it is it's hard to kind of.
Chavo's really close to catching that down attack too, but also to be you got to be careful there. That side special is going to knock him out instead. But you have to be so careful when you go to chase Reindog off stage like that. If you miss, you could get reversal down to yourself and die really early. But Chavo will kind of keep himself safe. Down attack not connecting off of the second hit. He keeps missing out on the first one, so he's going to have to be forced to go for a couple different routes there.
Triple down and backpack again. We see the same combo as last time, finishing off a string instead of 75%, this time just 70, but then backpack now 90%, and Chavo's still not lost his first stock and is already lapped.
I like how he instantly jump canceled off the stage there too. It's like, I'd rather take a hit in the skies versus the down. Like it's sometimes you need to know when it's okay to take a hit when you're moving, especially against a character like this. I like how I really like his jump cancel movement away from projectiles. This might actually be the play against Reindog in general, is on the wider stages, let them go for the projectiles and jump cancel as far as you can over the top of them.
And then when they start to be on cooldown, when you have less resources, that's when you pick your spots to go in. That makes a lot of sense. And what we see is Chavo just playing really masterfully aggressive game plan, and they're making really good use of movement. And just
I love what he did. Did you see how he kept the gem over there? I was curious if he would ever actually teleport to it, but that was an instant disadvantage skip. So if Retro did send him into the air, he could prevent him from knocking him out. Now up attack from the ledge, that's been the bane of Retro's existence.
And that gem too, he put it on the platform so that in a situation where Retro was in disadvantage off that ledge too, so if he went, so he could cover and zip back for if Retro tried to go to the platform. Unfortunately though, Chavo gonna lose his stock in that situation, gets put off stage, but comes right back off the platform with the combo. 70% back on
the third one. I think he used the dodge in the midst of when he was coming back in, so he didn't get to go for the third one off the dodge cancel. But this is an opportunity for Retro if he can find him on the spike, but he had one more dodge still safe.
Yeah, and could have maybe had an opportunity to put him in like a backpack, but it's really difficult to find that there. That move has such an active hitbox.
Yep.
And just Chavo saving that dodge, as you said, weaving back in, and now finds his way back on a stage again, but this time Retro catches him, but doesn't find too much, and trying to find his way back down, already at kill %. Retro's got a little bit of a hill to climb here.
Yeah, he's going to get set.
Speaking of hills.
Straight totally mathematical victory. Take him out. Retro with the instant scoop of the Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Look at the doodles in the background.
Yeah, no, I mean,
is that your backpack?
Oh yeah.
She's investigating.
No, I mean that backpack's old enough from back when I had a pug, so maybe the smell lingers. I can hope.
Well, no. She smells amazing. She's also amazing.
No, I'm saying mine.
Unlike Reindog.
No, I'm not saying it's a bad smell. I'm saying like maybe she smells my dogs from all those years ago.
Yeah, but like proper. But the only dog that matters here is the doodle. The doodle in the back.
Well, what if Doodle is a Reindog man?
I won't let her. I won't let her do it.
I think Doodle has to.
I love Doodle too much to let her be a Reindog main. Now we're gonna get into. No. Okay. Actually, yes.
Doodle is vengeance.
Doodle is a Batman main. All right, so we're gonna get into game number 2 here. Or excuse me, number 3. Chavo answering back after going with the Iron Giant to start things off before, but the Finn is where it's at, and that is it was a 3 stock to 1 lead, which is an incredible answer. Retro has been getting better and better though. Like, that flying slash special was exactly what he needed, because if he caught him with that bag again, he was done.
Yeah, and players tonight made such good use of those horizontal movement and burst options. And there, though, the spike coming and taking the stock, and Chavo made full use of just Finn being faster with these disjoints, these active hitboxes, and the better combo game. And he's a much smaller, more mobile target, and so far, Retro hasn't been able to pin him down.
Oh, he almost did right there. That was so close. Oh, he goes out. I like what he did. Retro will occasionally do that. He'll try to go for the roll cancel off into a down air when you aren't expecting it. He doesn't go for it too often because when it becomes too obvious, it's easy for Finn to get a reversal there.
It's one of those options, on paper it's not the greatest, but when you never go for it, suddenly it becomes a really strong mix-up. Goes for it again there, doesn't find it, but
that's
Chavo not in a position to punish, and now it's only 10%, but a stock separating these two. Retro trying to claw this back, find a stock. This would be an opportunity if he can make it happen, but he just can't.
He's coming back in right now with the down air, and he's gonna miss him off the top. But it's even with like that move, that form move is so it does not connect. But I think that's also another thing where it's service side only. Oh, the confirm off the nair into the up special. If you get caught by that, you are no amount of KPI that you have in the world will help you get out of that.
Unfortunately, Retro getting relegated to the Black Zone as fast as Nestor was relegated to item status. And speaking of Blast Zones, though, Retro saying, you introduced me, I'll introduce you. Now we're back here to even, and
yeah, not too bad of a spot. Now I know this looks pretty rough, but if Retro can get a nice string like this, oh my god, straight down 56. I like how he pushed him into the flames to just get a little bit of extra damage on him.
But one of the things, as good as that string was, is even there, we've seen Retro really struggle to put Finn off stage in any really significant capacity so far in this game, and it's really just.
I'm sorry. Did you see the way way Reindog just holds the stage, like, Father, help me!
I'm telling you, he might be a demon, but he's a really cute demon.
No.
It's cute.
I like Mufasa. I don't like Reindog. But right now, I like Retro's Reindog, though. The way he's playing very solidly. He's actually slowly been getting closer, but right now he's at 118. He can't afford to take too many other hits. Dodges around the down attack. He's going to get hit by the up attack, though, which is, again, been so good at finding its mark. Now the gem being out. Good job dodging that, because last few times he's been hit. And the downer is going to take him off.
Totally mathematical victory. Sweet.
Retro.
I think it was 3. I think it was 3-1.
3-1. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Give Retro the credit he's due. I absolutely, definitely spaced on that last stock there.
Yeah, 3-1.
However, the story of that was that Retro just couldn't get Chavo off stage all game. And so even when he found the strings, found those openings, he couldn't really find convergence. He couldn't find sustained disadvantage against the faster, smaller hurt box of Finn. And that combined with the disjoints, combined with the active hitboxes, combined with the frame data, just stuffed out really everything Retro was trying to do.
I'm curious to see what. Okay, so he's going for Tasmanian trigonometry. So speaking of the knockback influence from before, you use that, you get an additional amount of DI, and that's going to help you not only avoid getting knocked out sometimes by those up specials and the up attacks, but also just in general to help you get out of some of the strings, because dash cancel, jump, side air, 1 from Finn, true combos, and the up special. And if you could get away from those big teleport strings that he does, you can hopefully avoid one of those nair uppies like what happened last time.
Can we call that perk the Wish Robe?
Kinda, yeah. Okay, he has some of the most insane DI in the world.
I mean, have you, the clip of him getting need and then against none and then just going back towards stage because he SDI'd all the way through, absolutely absurd. But that's a different game. And speaking of games, we're getting in here to game 3. Chavo trying to close it out and go for the run back against his teammate Zoo, and Retro trying to force a game 5 here again on this.
Retro trying to deal with his demon.
And the early stock.
It was so close. He just went down there, but Chavo keeps composed pretty well in those spots. He goes for the instant up B to hopefully find a trade pretty often there, and it worked out.
Yeah, Chavo's mid-game mental is really strong. He doesn't let himself lose composure in disadvantage at all.
No.
Making good use of it there, though. Retro's using that laser to attack on just a little bit extra
He's
damage.
gone for the same mix-up twice now to offer the up attack. He tries to go for the projectile down to catch you slipping. But Chavo, I think Chavo has a good understanding of what isn't real from Reindog, so he gets away from a lot of them. And Retro's going to have to mix it up a little bit more as he goes to push him in, while he's at disadvantage.
And the way that Chavo's been dashing and weaving through Retro's projectiles has been really masterful. You've seen him just use way less resources than anyone else tonight to deal with that.
That was definitely with the assistance of that perk, by the way, because that normally would have sent them a bit higher. I don't think he was going to get knocked out by it, but it definitely helped him keep him alive at least a little bit longer.
Yeah, and against a character like Finn, right, any little extra percent you get to take is always a welcome one. The favorable position as a zoner is ever better for you if you see it coming in full capacity. Yeah, I mean, have you ever had a pet cough up a hairball? Because I think that's pretty much what it feels like.
That's nasty.
I mean, that's what it feels like.
But that's, I mean, that's gonna catch him slipping though. You can't. No amount of Diaz can help you on that one. He got him directly above him. But I mean, sometimes that's just the right play. Just throwing out a bunch of zoning to try and stop him. But jab one, ground bounce does lead to the short hop downer. That is a true combo. So it's gonna go ahead and take him out.
Yep, and right back even now. Retro definitely feeling like he's gotten a stronger hold of this matchup, certainly compared to last game, and making some adjustments and making it happen. We already see the 33% come on, but Chavo answering right back, and still, even in doing so, just not giving Retro the opportunity to fully set up, but Retro is doing a much better job playing improvisation with these windows.
Yeah, you kind of have to, like, the way that Chavo's been navigating when you decide to go for charge-ups. That's why he's going for more of those up attacks to try and hopefully catch Chavo jumping in with a downer. You have to do it preemptively, though, because your up attack will lose the downer every time if it's pretty much, like, around the same startup.
Okay. That's a thing that I did not know. You learn new things every day here.
Downer has decent frame data and also disjoint.
Yeah, no, big sword, big disjoint, no fun.
Actually, funny enough, not as bad of sword distance now, because before, like, it's people have kind of gotten used to the spacing around it, and then whenever that hitbox change comes in, will probably be a little bit better. But the range on it is a little bit more reactable nowadays for people. That up air, no, not going to find its mark. Retro used a lot of resources, and Chavo was hoping to take him out because of that.
Yeah, and also that platform coming in clutch for Chavo there, too, kind of sliding in right as he got hit, redirecting the bounce just a little bit. Chavo wasn't Retro wasn't able to quite find the conversion. And now he's trying to find his way off the platform back to stage. Chavo using the crystal to come in, but doesn't manage to find it. However, he does find a kick there, but not too much more. And 126, so finally going to take the stock. And it's right now, it's Retro on his tournament stock.
Yeah, not too far off from getting this, even though he had gone for the side special there, the grounded, the armor break that you see, the little scratch. You can cancel out of that to go for a chase. But right now, he's going to take a whole lot of damage, 45%. That Tasmanian trigonometry helping him avoid getting chased even further. But he's going to miss out on the downer, and Chavo rolling right through with the upcharge. He's kind of struggling. Oh, never mind. That was a really good jump toss.
Yep, very good jump toss, but also a good catch by Retro there to not let him just reset back for free. And the way Finn's making all these points come out, he's really making it rain.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he's got the money to spend like that, too, after the nerfs, it's kind of crazy, because that downer is going to take him off the top, though. Retro only taking 69 damage. This isn't too bad, but instantly breaking that gem, not letting him have it. Triple dare into up special. That's going to send him all the way to the blast zone, or excuse me, to the right.
He really is making it rain, dog.
I'm going to make you leave after that one.
Okay, I guess I'm being banned from commentary, but right now, speaking
Retro,
of getting banned, Retro for the tournament, cast here.
I blame that one on you.
Yeah, well, you told me I had to leave, so Retro said let me come back on the mic and help you out.
Reindog, and well, he ended up he got knocked out immediately after.
Yeah, but then you said
he became the Rain.
But was it because of that, or was it because you told me to get off, and so you needed Retro to cast with you?
Just joking.
I know. But
granted, also if you want to go ask Retro if he wants to cast, he might want a second.